6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavela, assisted by Surangani, and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. Rishad Bathiuddin and his brother arrested over the Easter Sunday attacks. COVID figures surge as daily cases count climbs to 969. The new rapidly spreading COVID variant detected in Sri Lanka. The Health Minister requests the general public to strictly follow the health guidelines as authorities caution that the next 2 weeks could be crucial for Sri Lankans. The Mahasangha emphasizes that the country should move forward commercially. Dominic Cummings launches attack on Boris Johnson's integrity. Former Minister Rishad Bathiuddin has been arrested by the Criminal Investigation Department early this morning over the Easter Sunday attacks. Before the arrest, MP Bathiuddin tweeted that his brother Rishad Bathiuddin was also arrested. Another 135 COVID-19 cases have been detected in the country, raising the number of confirmed infections to 99,653. Accordingly, 931 coronavirus cases have been detected in Sri Lanka yesterday. The Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health said 4,983 persons are currently receiving treatment for the coronavirus at several facilities across the country. Earlier today, 151 persons who recovered from COVID-19 were discharged from hospitals, raising the number of recoveries in the country to 94,036. 496 suspect COVID-19 cases are also under medical observation at present. Professor Neelika Malavige of the Department of Immunology and Molecular Medicine at the Faculty of Medical Sciences of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura said that a new variant of the COVID-19 coronavirus has been detected in Sri Lanka and the new virus strain is spreading faster than the old strain. Speaking at a media briefing at the Government Information Department, Professor Malavige said this new variant is behaving completely differently from the variant detected in the first and second COVID-19 waves in Sri Lanka. Professor Malavige says the new variant infects 5 to 6 people from one person infected and is seen more in young people. She added that although the previous variants did not show symptoms, the new variant does show symptoms. She added that what the new variant is will be announced in the next few days. Professor Malavige said, since the virus is transmitted through the air, more than before, the public should wear masks and avoid crowded places. Army Commander General Shavendra Silva announces that there will not be any lockdowns in the island during this long weekend. Addressing a special media briefing at the Government Information Department yesterday, the Army Commander said no decision has been taken yet to lock down the country. However, he appealed to the members of the public to limit their travels and to stay at home as far as possible. The Army Commander also requested people to avoid large gatherings and not to organize any events that gather large crowds. The general public has been urged to comply with the health protocols introduced to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus. Sri Lanka's daily COVID-19 cases count is now on the rise, with an uptick in the figures following the festivities of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year last week. The country detected 672 new positive cases on Thursday and 578 on the day before, as the confirmed cases tally reached 98,722. As per the Epidemiology Unit's data, more than 4,000 active cases are currently under medical care at designated hospitals and treatment centres. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Minister Pavitra Vanniyarachchi cautioned that the next 2 weeks could be crucial for Sri Lankans. Therefore, the minister requests the general public to strictly follow the health guidelines without fail. The minister also requested the religious leaders to conduct religious observances to protect the Sri Lankans from the COVID-19 pandemic. The new variant found in the country is being tested as to whether it is similar to the variant found in India, the minister added. Speaker Mahinda Abeyewardene said that around 100,000 rupees is spent for each minute of a parliamentary sitting, while stressing that unnecessary arguments by parliament members during the sittings will only result in the waste of public money. Referring to the arguments which broke out regarding SJB MP Harin Fernando, the speaker lamented that 47 minutes had lapsed after the adjournment debate's initiation. He added that SJB MP Ranjit Madhuma Bandara was deviating from the topic. He added the other members too joined to disrupt the debate yesterday, speaking of the Easter Sunday attack, while the parliament earlier debated that topic for 6 days. Hence, 4.7 million rupees of public funds had been wasted on an unnecessary argument, the speaker said. The Attorney General yesterday submitted to the Supreme Court that all provisions of the proposed Colombo Port City Economic Commission Bill are consistent with the Constitution and thereby it can be passed by a simple majority in Parliament. Additional Solicitor General Farzana Jamil, appearing for the Attorney General, made these remarks concluding her oral submissions when the 19 special determination petitions filed challenging the constitutionality of the Colombo Port City Economic Commission Bill were taken up before the Supreme Court 5-judge bench. That's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Mahasangha emphasized that the country should not stagnate but should move forward commercially when they met with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday. The senior Buddhist monks of the Advisory Council made this observation at the 10th meeting of the Buddhist Advisory Council at the Presidential Secretariat last afternoon after they were briefed on the Colombo Port City project. At the meeting, State Minister Ajit Niwad Cabral spoke at length on the Port City project and explained its benefits to the economy and the country. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, a prepaid smart card for public transport would be introduced soon. The agreement was signed by the Transport Minister Gamini Lokuge recently with the National Transport Commission Chairman Sashi Belgama. Other stakeholders involved in this project are the People's Bank, Lanka Clear and the Sri Lanka Transport Board. Smart machines will be provided to bus conductors in the future. The ministry in the future will also link this card with private buses and train services. That was Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
the best discount in this Urdu season, People's Leasing Polybasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Urdu season. Call 011-206-300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, Dominic Cummings launches attack on Boris Johnson's integrity. India COVID crisis, hospitals buckle under record surge. No spectators for Olympic test event. Dominic Cummings has launched a blistering attack on his old boss Boris Johnson, questioning his competence and integrity. The former top advisor denied leaking text messages sent between Mr. Johnson and businessman Sir James Dyson. And he claimed Mr. Johnson once had a possibly illegal plan for donors to pay for renovations to Downing Street flat number 10, said ministers had always obeyed codes of conduct and electoral law. Mr. Cummings was forced out of his Downing Street role at the end of last year, following an internal power struggle. Yesterday, in his first blog post since leaving that role, he also denied leaking details of the second COVID lockdown in England. India's healthcare system is buckling as a record surge in COVID-19 cases puts pressure on hospital beds and drains oxygen supplies. Families are left pleading for their relatives who are desperately ill, with some patients left untreated for hours. Crematoriums are organizing mass funeral pyres. Yesterday, India reported 332,730 new cases of the coronavirus, setting a world record for a second day running. Deaths were numbered at 2,263 in 24 hours. A consultant at the Sir Gangaram Hospital in Delhi told the BBC there had been a huge surge in patients, leaving no space in the emergency room. 7 test events for the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics will be held in the capital without spectators during a state of emergency that starts Sunday and runs until May 11th. The declaration announced by the government on Friday due to a surge in coronavirus cases also takes effect in 3 western prefectures. The same day, it was announced that a volleyball test event scheduled for May 1st and 2nd at the Ariake Arena will be held without spectators. The Tokyo Organizing Committee also said an athletics test event planned for May 9th at the National Stadium will be held without spectators. Officials had already decided to hold a diving test event from May 1st through 6th at the Tokyo Aquatic Center without spectators. And now the main points of the World News segment once again. Dominic Cummings launches attack on Boris Johnson's integrity. India COVID crisis, hospitals buckle under record surge. No spectators for Olympic test events. That was World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
The best discount in this Urdu season, People's Leasing Polybasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Urdu season. Call 011-206-300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And now in development news, for the first time in Sri Lanka passenger transport, a prepaid smart card for public transport would be introduced soon, and the agreement was signed by Transport Minister Gamini Lokuge yesterday with the National Transport Commission Chairman Sashi Welgama. Other stakeholders involved in this project are the People's Bank, Lanka Clear and the Sri Lanka Transport Board. The aim of this is to allow passengers to move out of paying from cash and move to cards. Smart machines will be provided to bus conductors in the future. The ministry in the future will also link this card with private buses and train services. That was development news, and now in sports news. Sri Lanka were 229 for 3 at the end of the third day's play of the first test match against Bangladesh being played at the Pallekele, Kandy. Earlier, Bangladesh declared their inning at 541 for 7. Everton boss Carlo Ancelotti said the Toffees are back after howler from Arsenal's Burnley gifted his side a crucial win in their bid for a Champions League place. They had failed to win in 6 games in all competitions but moved to within 3 points of the top 4 with a victory which was achieved amid a backdrop of protest. Over 1,000 Arsenal supporters gathered outside Emirates Stadium to show their anger about owner Stan Kroenke's role in the failed European Super League. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Newly listed Windforce started trading yesterday at an 11.87% premium to the IPO price of 16 rupees. The share continued to rise in value and hit a high of 19 rupees. The share ended the day's trading at 18.4 rupees with a volume-weighted average of 18.3 rupees.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News. Courtesy of
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
All categories of Litro gas cylinders are available to consumers without any shortage, Litro Gas Lanka Limited Chairman and CEO Anil Koswata said yesterday. Denying reports that there is a shortage of LP gas in the country, Koswata said there is absolutely no shortage of gas in the country, with LPG made available to customers via over 14,000 sales channels throughout the island.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And now for the weather report. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa and southern provinces. Showers or thundershowers may occur at several places in the northwestern, central, Uva, north central and eastern provinces during the afternoon or night. Heavy rainfall above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in the Gala, Matara, Kandy and Nuwara Elia districts. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during the thunder showers. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. Rishad Bathiuddin and his brother arrested over the Easter Sunday attacks. COVID figures surge as daily cases count climbs to 969. The new rapidly spreading COVID variant detected in Sri Lanka. The Health Minister requests the general public to strictly follow the health guidelines as authorities caution that the next 2 weeks could be crucial for Sri Lankans. The Mahasangha emphasizes that the country should move forward commercially. Dominic Cummings launches attack on Boris Johnson's integrity. That concludes this news broadcast, and now it's back to your host this Saturday morning, Viana Kure on the other side. Over to you, Viana.